Hey guys, this is Mara the Reading Hedgehog with my April book haul. Now, I'm filming this kind of early in April because I'm going to try to upload this before I leave for Nashville at the end of the month. So, I'm actually going to be buying a lot more books this month, but you won't see them until my May book haul. But, oh well, this book haul is big enough the way it is. So in total, I have 26 books this month, and 2 of them are ARCs, and the rest I bought. I surprisingly did not buy that many new releases, but well, you'll see. I went out of control again. But we'll start with the new releases of April. So the first new release I bought was Palace of Lies by Margaret Peterson Haddix. This came out April 7th, and this is the third book in the, what's it called? I'm not sure what this trilogy is called, but the first book is Just Ella, and the second is Palace of Mirrors. And this is the third and I think final one. I read Just Ella a really long time ago, and it's a retelling of Cinderella, obviously. And I remember really liking it, and I have Palace of Mirrors, and I have not read it yet. But I went and got this, and I intend on reading all of them. And I think they're all technically kind of standalones, but they all take place in the same world and stuff. But yeah, really looking forward to reading this, and I'm probably going to read all of them all over again. Just, yeah, so I can do that. The next one I bought was Empire of Night by Kelly Armstrong. This also came out April 7th, and this is the second book in the Age of Legends. I imagine it's going to be a trilogy. The first book being Sea of Shadows. Really loved Sea of Shadows when I read it. Cannot wait to read the sequel. I've been hearing really good things about it, and can we just take a moment to appreciate this cover? It's gorgeous. So really looking forward to reading that one too. And then I bought Stolen Magic by Gail Carson Levine. This came out April 21st. This is the sequel to A Tale of Two Castles. And I've been waiting for this sequel ever since I read Tale of Two Castles. I think it might have been 2 or 3 years ago. It's a fairly old release now. And of course I'm always excited to read anything written by Gail Carson Levine, and I cannot wait to read the continued adventures of the characters in A Tale of Two Castles. Very exciting. And then the last new release I bought was The Unmapped C by Mary Rose Wood. This is the 5th book in the Incorrigible Children of Ashton Place series. And this just keeps following, it picks up where the last one left off. And they did a cover change. It's the same illustrator, but they changed the covers, and I do like the new cover, but it doesn't match my others, and that's going to bug me. But really looking forward to reading more of this. This series is very Snicket-ish and Mysterious Benedict Society-ish, and I've been really enjoying it, and I hope that there's answers in this one, because there have not been any answers in previous ones. And I'm sorry if I cough a lot. I'm getting over a sinus infection, and talking this much is really bugging my throat. The things I do for you, I hope you appreciate it. Just kidding. So the 2 ARCs I got is The Uninvited by Kat Winters. This was sent to me through Goodreads. I won one of the ARCs, and so this is an ARC for Kat Winters. Next book, I'm really excited. I think it comes out sometime in August, according to the back of this. And I think this is actually considered adult because the protagonist is 25 years old. But I don't care. It's Kat Winters. I'm going to read it. Kat Winters is one of my favorite authors. I'm really excited about reading this. I can't believe I won an early copy. But probably more exciting than that is I got an ARC of Beastly Bones by William Ritter. This is the second Jacoby book. And yes, I've already read the first chapter. It was all I could do to just throw aside what I was currently reading and just pick this up. I'm definitely reading this in May. This comes out in, I think, September, if I remember correctly, September 22nd. Oh my gosh, you guys, if you follow my blog, you follow me anywhere, you know that I was an absolute fan of Jacoby. I love that book so much. It is one of my absolute favorites. I cannot believe I got a copy of Beastly Bones, and William Ritter signed it. For it to me, and I just cannot wait to see what happens next. I'm so excited. More coughing. Hopefully I won't be doing too much. So the next books I bought, I just kind of bought on whim or whatever, mostly whim because I could. First one I got was The Game of Thrones by George R. R. Martin, first book in the Song of Ice and Fire series. I got this because I suddenly felt like reading it. I've seen the first few seasons of the show, enjoying it. I think I like the books more. And I've got several flights coming up and I need a long read, so I picked this up. And I'm actually 70 pages into it already. I kind of what happened is this came in at work. I decided to read the prologue because I was like, I'm just curious. Read the prologue, kind of didn't stop reading it, and it came home with me. I paid for it, naturally. So yeah, I'm probably going to be reading this on the plane, on the flights to Nashville and from Nashville. Actually, really looking forward to reading it. And then I bought Nameless by Lily St. Croix. This is this is a retelling of Snow White, I believe, and I think it takes place in modern times. This actually was supposed to be a hardcover. When I ordered it, they came in paperback, and rather than sending it back and creating a fuss, I decided to go ahead and get it because the sequel, which is a retelling of Cinderella, did not come in hardcover. So I decided, why not just keep the paperback? It's cheaper anyway. And then I bought The Dorothy Must Die Stories by Danielle Page. I bought this because I met Danielle Page. You can go watch the video. I will leave the link below. At least I'll try to remember to. I have not read these yet, but I'm looking forward to when I can. Then I bought Black Dove, White Raven by Elizabeth Vine. This is her newest third book, and she wrote Codename Verity. And while I have not read her other book, Rose Under Fire, yet, I do own it. And I'm going to read this because I love Elizabeth Vine. She's a great writer. Cannot wait to read more books by her, and it takes place during World War II. So, yeah, of course I'm going to read it. I love World War II. And then I bought Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, the first book in the Red Queen. I believe it's going to be a trilogy. Again, I bought this because I loved it. I mean, I've read it already. I loved it. But I was going to wait to buy it until later, but I bought it this month because I got to meet Victoria Aveyard along with Danielle Page, so I kind of had to buy the book for the event. And I also bought The Wicked Will Rise by Danielle Page, the second book in the Dorothy Must Die series, and I can't believe how short this is. I mean, Dorothy Must Die was really long. It was good and really long, and this is like half its size. I still think it's going to be really good, but I was actually kind of hoping it would be longer, because I loved Dorothy Must Die. I can use more of that in my life. And then I bought The Cemetery Boys by Heather Brewer, again, for the same author event. I have read this and I loved it. You'll get to hear my review and my wrap-up. But yes, bought this knowing nothing about it, only bought it because of the author event, and I'm so glad I did. I'm really sorry I'm coughing so much. I'm trying not to. Then I bought Shadow Scale by Rachel Hartman, the sequel to Seraphina, and the second book, and I believe what's going to be a trilogy. I have to reread Seraphina before I can read this, because I don't remember anything other than the fact that I loved Seraphina, and I know I'm going to love this, and I cannot wait to delve back into this world, because one of the most original dragon stories I've ever read, and those are really hard to find. I'm sure if any of you read fantasy, you know. And because I've been eyeing it forever, I bought The Ice Dragon by George R. R. Martin. This is his short, middle grade short story that takes place in the same world, and it's got like these really cool illustrations. And we've had this, it's been at work for a long time, and I've been eyeing it, and I finally decided to go ahead and buy it because I could. And then what really broke me, I went down to Portland to get my new Apple computer, and that didn't take very long, and Powell's was just a few blocks away, and you can't go to Portland without going to Powell's. So I kind of splurged, and I didn't pay attention to how much I was spending until the checkout, and I spent more than I meant to. But I got a lot of really good books. I completed a lot of my series, so I'm not going to feel too bad. But the biggest splurge, I think, was I got... if I can do this. Howl's Moving Castle, Castle in the Air, and House of Many Ways. And this is the entire Howl's Moving Castle trilogy by Diana Wynne Jones. I have been putting off buying this series for so long because I wanted to find it in a hardcover. It's nearly impossible to find it in hardcover because it's out of print. And I know you can, but I got tired of waiting. And I love these covers. I don't like the hardcover editions I found. I don't like their covers. And so I finally decided, you know what? I mean, I hate paperbacks still, but I think I had to make an exception for this series. I really want to reread it sometime soon, like maybe the next couple of months. And they were really cheap, so I just decided to go ahead and get them. I mean, yeah, so I just got them. I can forgive them for being hardcover. And then I finally got tired of waiting to this too, so I got The Lightning Thief and A Sea of Monsters, book 1 and 2 in the Percy Jackson series by Rick Riordan. I have all the books in the Percy Jackson series except for these two. I kept waiting to find them used at a pretty reduced price. And these, I think, were about maybe $9 to $11. And I got tired of waiting, so I was like, you know what? These are in great condition. I'm not going to find them for cheaper anywhere else. I'm going to get them. So I got them. And now that series is complete. And now I only have to get The Lost Hero, and then I have all of Rick Riordan's books. In the same vein, I got Envy and Splendors, book 3 and 4 in the Lux series by Anna Godberson. Now I have this entire series, and so I can finally start rereading them. I read the first two years and years and years and years ago, before I was really old enough to be reading them. And I didn't really like them, but now I want to reread them because I love the era, and from what I can remember the first book, there were aspects of it I liked. So now I have the entire series, and I can start reading it. That makes me happy. Then I bought Shelter by Harlan Coben, the first book in the Milky Bulleteer trilogy. This completes my trilogy as well. I've got the other two, and now I can reread them so I can read the third book. Very, very happy about that. And then I also bought The Curse of the Wendigo by Rick Yancey, the second book in the Monstrumologist series. I think there's 2 more I have to get, or maybe 1. There's either 1 or 2 more I have to get. But I can at least read the first 2 and then get the next one once I've read those. And I also got Star Climber by Kenneth Opel, the third book in the, I don't remember, the Matt Cruz trilogy, I think it's called. I have the second one, I don't have the first one, Airborne, yet, but I got this one, so now I just need to buy the first one, then I can read the entire series. And then finally, I bought Lord Brocktree by Brian Jacques. I do not remember what number this is chronologically or publication-wise. I just know that it's one of the Redwall books I don't have. And one of my goals is every time I go to Powell's now, I get at least one Redwall book, so I will eventually have them all, and then I can finally read the entire series. I got all my other big series completed, so this is the next big one I need to complete, so it's a long and arduous task, but I will get it done, slowly but surely. So those are all the books that I got in April as of now. Like I said, I need to be getting books while I'm in Nashville. I'm getting books tomorrow, April 24th, because tomorrow's my birthday. I'm going to Seattle. I'm hitting a bunch of used bookstores and stuff, but this is the only time I have time to record stuff before I go to Nashville, and I need to get this uploaded before I leave. So, that is essentially my April book haul. My May book haul will consist of books I gave in May and some I got at the end of April that you didn't see, but you will see them eventually. You just have to wait a little longer. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and share with me any books that you bought in April that you're really excited about, and I will see you with my April wrap-up and my May TBR. Bye.